Hello, it's Catherine here from Catherine Crochets. Welcome to my Quick Stitches for Crochet Blankets series. I absolutely love making crochet blankets, and in this series I'll be sharing my favourite quick and easy crochet stitches that are all perfect for cosy crochet blankets. Today I'm showing you how to crochet the Suzette stitch. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The Suzette stitch creates a really attractive textured fabric. It looks quite complicated and sophisticated, but it's actually really easy to work up. You just need to know 2 stitches, single crochet and double crochet. You'll need to pay attention at first to make sure you work your stitches in the right place, but I can assure you that once you get into the flow with this stitch, it is super easy, quick and really relaxing to work. I'm using a DK yarn for this tutorial with a 4.5mm crochet hook. This is a slightly larger hook than I'd normally use for this yarn because for the Suzette stitch I prefer the drape I get when I go up a hook size. However, you should use whichever hook size suits your chosen yarn and your own tension and preferred drape best. I'll be using US crochet terms, so I'll be referring to the single crochet and double crochet stitches. If you prefer UK terms, you just need to know that a US single crochet is equivalent to a UK double crochet and a US double crochet is equivalent to a UK treble crochet. To make the Suzette stitch blanket, we're going to start with a foundation chain with an odd number of stitches. You can have any number of chains as long as it's an odd number, and the length of your chain will correspond to your chosen blanket width. So to start your chain, you make a slip knot, pop it on your hook and tighten it up, and then wrap the yarn over your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook, and that's one chain. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook, and that's the second chain. And you keep going in this way until you have your desired number of chains for your chosen blanket width. So I'm going to keep going until I've got my 25 chains, and I'll meet you once they're made. So we've got our foundation chains now with an odd number of stitches, and as I mentioned I've got 25 in mine. If you look at the top of your chain, you'll see that each chain has 2 strands. If you turn it over, you'll see there's a single strand running along the centre of the back of each chain. These are called the back bumps, and these are where we're going to be working our stitches for the next row. So to start the next row, turn your chain over so you've got the back bumps facing upwards. We're going to skip the first back bump, the first chain, and into the next chain, the back bump of the next chain, we're going to work 1 single crochet. So insert your hook under that back bump, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop so you have 2 loops on your stitch. Wrap the yarn over your hook again and pull through both loops, and that's a single crochet. Then into the same back bump we're also going to work a double crochet. So for a double crochet, you wrap the yarn over your hook first, insert your hook under the back bump, the same back bump as before, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop so you have 3 loops on your hook. Then wrap the yarn over your hook again and pull through the first 2 loops, so you've now got 2 loops left on your hook. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull through those last 2 loops. Then we're going to skip the next chain, the next back bump, and into the next one along we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. So we work a single crochet and a double crochet, both into the same chain. Then we skip the next chain, and into the next one we work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, and we keep going like this all the way along the chain, skipping a chain and then working 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet until we've got 1 chain left, and I'll show you what to do when we get there. So I've been working along my foundation chain now, working 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet into every other chain, and I've got 1 chain left. I've just worked a single crochet and a double crochet into the second to last chain, and I've got 1 chain left. Into that chain, into its back bump, I'm just going to work 1 single crochet stitch like that, and that then completes row 1. Then we turn our work over, ready to start row 2. So for row 2, we're going to start with 1 chain, and this doesn't count as a stitch. Then into the first stitch, the last stitch of the previous row, which was a single crochet, we're going to work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, both into the first stitch, the last stitch of the previous row. Then we skip the next stitch, which was a double crochet, and into the next single crochet we work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. And then we skip the next stitch, which was a double crochet, and into the next single crochet again we work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. And you just keep going like this all the way along the row, skipping the double crochets and into the single crochets, working 1 single crochet stitch and 1 double crochet stitch. So I'm going to keep going, working my way along, and I'll meet you again when we get to the end of the row. I'm getting towards the end of row 2 now. I've been working along, working 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet into each single crochet, and I've got 2 stitches left. I've got a double crochet which I'm going to skip, and then 1 more single crochet, and into that last single crochet I'm just going to work 1 single crochet to finish the row. So just pop your hook through the top of that stitch and work 1 single crochet, and that then completes row 2. Then you turn your work over, ready to start row 3. If you'd like a written reference for this stitch, I've added it to my stitch library on my blog, where I'm collecting all the stitches from this series in one place. I'll link that below so you can bookmark it or come back to it later. Now from this point onwards, we're just going to keep repeating row 2. So we chain 1 to start the row, we work into this first single crochet, the last stitch of the previous row, we work our single crochet and our double crochet. Then we skip the next stitch, which was a double crochet, and into the next single crochet, work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. And we keep going like this all the way along the row, skipping the double crochets and into the single crochets, working 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet until we get to that very last single crochet, into which we just work 1 single crochet stitch. So we start and end the row always with a single crochet. So I'll keep going all the way along, working single crochets and double crochets into each single crochet and skipping the double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the row for that final stitch. So I'm getting to the end of row 3 now. I've worked all the way along, working a single crochet and a double crochet into all of the single crochets and skipping the double crochets. I've got 2 stitches left. I'm going to skip this one, which was a double crochet, and into that last single crochet I just work 1 single crochet stitch to complete the row. And then we turn the work over, ready to start row 4. So for row 4, it's just a repeat of the last 2 rows. So repeating row 2 throughout the blanket. So we chain 1, we work a single crochet and a double crochet into the first stitch, skip the next stitch and work a single crochet and a double crochet into the next stitch, and keep going all the way across, ending with just 1 single crochet stitch into the last stitch of the row. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to work a few more rows into my blanket, and then I'm going to show you how, if you want to, you can change colour to add different colours into your blanket. Now I've worked a few more rows of the Suzette stitch, and for the next row I'm going to change colour. Now to change colour, we do this in the final stitch of the last row in the previous colour. So I've got one more stitch to make in this row, a single crochet stitch. I'm going to show you how we change colour during that stitch. So insert your hook into the last stitch, the single crochet where you're going to make the single crochet. Wrap the yarn over your hook and pull up a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook. Now at this point we don't complete the single crochet with the yarn we have been using. We drop that yarn, we pick up our new yarn that we want to change colour to, wrap that over our hook and pull through with that. So we've now got the new colour yarn on our hook ready to start the next row. Then for the old yarn, you can just cut this off, leaving a few centimetre tail to weave in, and then turn your work over with the new yarn on your hook, ready to start the next row with the chain 1 and then the single crochet and the double crochet worked into that first stitch. Then skip a stitch, single crochet and double crochet into that next stitch, and then just keep going with the same stitch pattern that you've been working before. You might find when you change colour in this way that the stitches at the end of the row here where you're changing colour can get a bit loose, but when you come back later to weave in these ends, just give them a little tug to tighten up any loose stitches before you sew them in, and then that will keep those stitches nice and tight and as you want them to be. So you can change colour in that way when you reach the end of a row as often as you like. You could do it after 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. The choice is completely yours. I find with this blanket, because it's all about the texture, I really like the look of having quite wide stripes in different colours, because then it really allows the texture to be seen and appreciated. But it can also look great with thin stripes, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to change colour at all and how wide you want any stripes that you add into your blanket to be. So have fun, experiment and enjoy crocheting your Suzette stitch blankets. I'm going to keep going for a few more rows now with this colour, and then I'm going to come back. You should just keep crocheting as many rows as you want until you reach your desired blanket width, and then I'm going to come back at the end of the final row to show you how to finish off that final row. Now, as you can see, I've worked a few more rows. I worked 4 rows in blue before changing back to the biscuity coloured yarn again. And when you reach your final length of your blanket, you just finish the last row with the single crochet and then you just fasten off. So to do that, we just cut the yarn, leaving a few centimetres to sew in, pop the end of the yarn through the loop that was on the hook and pull it tight. And that then completes your blanket. If you want, you can then add your preferred border around the edge, weave in the ends, remembering to tighten up any stitches that might have come a bit loose where you've changed colour, and enjoy your blanket. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed the Suzette stitch, you'll find more stitches just like this in the rest of the Quick Stitches for Crochet Blankets series. I've also put together a stitch library over on my blog where I'm gathering all of these stitches in one place, together with step-by-step written instructions. And if you'd like to stay in touch, you're very welcome to join my email list. When you sign up, you'll receive 2 free patterns from me, along with updates on new patterns, tutorials, and the occasional special offer. You'll find links to the Stitch Library and my email list in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and happy crocheting!